As the person giving you your anesthesia, here are some of the questions that I get asked most often before I take someone back for surgery. Here's one. Will I remember the tube coming out of my mouth as I'm waking up? Well, here's the deal. As I'm waking you up from surgery, it means I'm turning the anesthesia off. I'm titrating down things. Titrating down the gas. I'm turning some things up, I'm turning some things down. I actually reverse certain medications. For the most part, if I'm waking you up from anesthesia, there is a chance that you will remember the tube coming out. Will you? Probably not. Are there people that do? Yes, but there's a million things that go into account to determine whether you will or you won't. For instance, how long was your surgery? Was it a super long surgery, and are you of quite large body habitus? Well, then some of my drugs literally seep into your lipid soluble self. I mean that in the nicest way possible. It's just how the drugs work. And therefore your body takes a little longer for it to, let's say, metabolize. You might be someone who doesn't remember. If it was a really short surgery and you're young and maybe like a young male redhead, when I titrate everything off, there is a chance that you remember me with the tube in your mouth, but it's not a bad thing. If I've given you the correct anesthetic, you will not be in pain and you won't be hurting and you won't be uncomfortable with the tube in your mouth. Remembering it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Remembering waking up also doesn't mean that you've had anesthesia awareness. Depending on the surgery, depending on what you had done, depends how I wake you up. Here's what I mean. Someone who's having bariatric surgery and had a difficult intubation, I'm going to make sure you are very awake before I pull that tube. I need you fully breathing on your own. I need you awake and able and strong enough. What you had done, the length of surgery, your current health status, your comorbidities, what you literally physically look like determines how deep I pull the tube or how light I pull the tube. Extubate you in the terms of what we refer to as deep, where I still have some things on board before I pull the tube, so you won't remember. And I use the tube phrase interchangeably because obviously sometimes we use something called an LMA, and that is not a tube, but still sits in your mouth and we pull it out. So could you remember? Yes. Is it a bad thing if you do? No. In addition, a lot of the medications that we use actually cause retrograde amnesia, which means they cause forgetfulness, but it also just depends how long ago I gave that medication. It depends on what medications I gave in order for us to determine whether you're going to remember waking up or not. Plenty of people go to the PACU and don't remember anything. Some people remember being on the operating table and we're all done. You're not in pain, but you do remember waking up. That's not a problem though. I know it sounds strange. The goal as your anesthesia provider is to wake you up safely. And if that means I need to have you a little stronger and more awake when I pull the tube, then that's what that means. But ultimately, you're alive and well, and that's what matters. So once again, within the anesthesia world, there's no real straightforward answer, because why would that be medicine if there was a straightforward answer? Okay, thanks, bye.